I'm Teresa, and I'm with Sunnyside Lane Hobby Farm. And Stan and I decided to go out and do a little foraging and some fishing and stuff. So we just wanted to share a little bit about what we're finding here at this location. We are in South Alabama. So if you'll follow me, I'll show you. See, it's out by the water, so it grows really good. And this is plantain, and you can see by the flower stalks what it looks like. Now, this is narrow leaf plantain, and you can see by the leaves. Can you get like a close up of the leaves so they can see what they look like? And this plantain is great for insect bites. And I do make a salve from this, and I use stuff like pure beef tallow or coconut oil. You can use any of those along with your beeswax to make your salves. And you can pick these, you can dry them, or you can use them fresh in your salves. But this is really good for any kind of skin rashes. I usually leave the flowers. I guess you could use the flowers if you wanted to, but I leave the flowers. And I don't pick all of the leaves. I just try to get some of these cleaner looking leaves to take with me. I leave enough that someone else can have some. You know, I might pick off of one plant in the area, depending on the size. And that's pretty much it. Let's get a handful, put it in my bag, and move on to the next plant. Also, I do not know what these are called, but you can see there's several of them. These have been used for uh, dyes, because if you can see the leaf, it is a lavender, and when you roll it up, it will make a little ink, light ink substance. You can't really see it on my hand, but it does. It says spread. We'll take over. It's kind of rough if you want a pretty green lawn, but if you're looking for herbs and dyes, this is a great source to make your light lavender colors for your cloths and cottons and stuff like that. This right here is vervain. It is good for your nervous system and helps with indigestion. It is just a beautiful plant, just to plant in your gardens if you can get that too. And there's not that many of those. Be careful coming down this way. Oh, see that plant right there? That is elderberry. Elderberries, you can eat the flowers from them. The black elderberry. Now, I don't think around here the red elderberry grows, but we do have the black. And it is great for any kind of bronchial problems, cold, bronchitis, stuff like that. You see this long plant right here. This one, let me pull it out. This is wild lettuce. And it looks similar to dandelion when it is small, but it grows up to 6 or 7 feet tall. One way that you can tell, there are a variety of different wild lettuces that are edible, but you see the little hairy, it's just hairy, it's not stickers, it's just hairy. That is wild lettuce. And a lot of these, this variety here has the purple stalk. And if you break these off, you'll notice the milky substance coming out right there. And that is a latex that has an opium type medicine that you can derive from this. This is good for pain. What I do is I chop these up and soak them in some sort of medium like vodka. and you could do vinegars too if you wanted to do that. And you strain that out and use that tincture for pain medicine. Of course, these you can eat on a salad too, but they are very bitter. Okay, and next we have this plant. Now this plant is native to the United States, and you can see some little critters has been eating on them. But if you'll notice, let's see, this one, this is good. The leaves are staggered. They're not side by side. So if you notice this plant right here, just hold them side by side. You'll see they look really similar, but this is Yopon and this is pivot. And you see how the leaves are side by side and these are staggered. This is how you tell them apart. We don't use those. We use these. These is the only native to the United States or to the Americas plant that has caffeine in it. And as you can see, some of these really new leaves, the light green, these are the ones you really want to use to make your tea. It has more caffeine in these than it does these older ones. It's kind of spent their nutrients to the plant over winter. You do not want to get the berries off of these. I do believe this is a male tree, but a female tree has the red berries, and they have some really strong tannins and poisons in the berry itself. So you don't want to get the berry. You just want to get these new leaves if you can get them. And you dry them and make your teas. You can roast them. If you just dry them, you have like a green tea. If you can roast them to your light, medium, or dark roast, just like you would a coffee, and put them through a coffee mill and grind that up. And you can either make little tea bags or put them in a tea strainer and make your teas with it. It's very good. It's a great replacement for coffee. And this is native to America. Hi, this is another wild plant that is really good. But if you zoom in, you can see it is a vine and it does have thorns. This is called greenbrier. And now these young, tender tips right here is really good to just break off. If you'll notice, you start where the last thorn is, that thorn is really easy to break. It's really soft. So this soft piece right here, you can eat. You can also eat the leaves. They do not have any thorns on the leaves. And you'll notice the shape and the way veins run. And on top of this, greenbrier has a root that is starchy and can be eaten kind of like a potato. That's this is if you can zoom in here. Stan has been experiencing this plant this morning just from walking through here. This is called bush mint. It is in the mint family, and it does have some medicinal properties. Now, I'm not going to quote them now because I'm not real sure on it, but I do know, you will know if you walk through it, because it stinks. It really stinks. Oh, yes, it stinks. But they call it bush mint. And I'm assuming that any mints that you use would be good for teas and indigestion, but I could not get past the smell of this. It's a peppery smell, excuse me, not a really mint smell, but it's very strong with like really rotten peppery smell. Hi everybody. Just wanted to continue our little talk here. If you'll notice, we have some berries in here, or if you can zoom in right down here. Now these are red. They will turn black. And if you eat, you can't eat them like this. They're very sour. But these are blackberries, and there's a blackberry over there. Do you see it? That's turned black. These are great for pies and jellies and juice. And along the creek banks and stuff, they do get rather large. And those are great. You can also use the blackberry leaves and the roots for a tea as well that is good for mouth ulcers, stomach ulcers, and stuff like that. Of course, you can also make wine. They said that's good for the stomach too. A glass of wine before bedtime is good for the stomach. I don't know about that. Because blackberries tend to have a laxative effect. So it might not be as good as you think.